from Chetua, and Kerala already is under a lot of erosion, and we'll see all these places where you have these small image here. These are all built with seawalls already. So Kerala is the only state, and this is nowhere else in the country. Kerala is the only state where 52% of Kerala's coast is protected by artificial structures. That means more than that, more than 52% is open to erosion. So we are not living in a situation with, our vulnerability to climate change is very high. What can we do? We have to introspect and prepare, which is very important. Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa, when apartheid, he was the person who presided over the post-apartheid period when apartheid was removed in South Africa. He had something called the Truth and Reconciliation process, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Truth and Reconciliation process. That was basically to, the society had gone through a lot of hurt, lot of anger, lot of, which was there, built over decades. So he said this has to come out in the open, and we have to go through this Truth and Reconciliation process so that later the society sort of lives without acrimony, without fighting against each other. That's a political vision of a great political leader. But then Truth and Reconciliation is something that is needed after a major event. And this is what we did not have after August 2018, unfortunately. We should have been discussing, our television channel should have been discussing, you should have seen Harish far more often for far longer on television. We should have had far more greater discussions about this, which we did not have. Unfortunately, within one month we had a Shabrimala discussion, and then the judgment, and then the discussions went another way. Now with the result, what happens is, because the first month is usually you did do. It's a question of blame game. First month is you didn't open the dams on time, that's why this happened. You didn't do this, that's why this happened. Or you did this, that's why this happened. So first month, 2 months goes away in blame games. Society is blaming each other. You didn't do. But after that, after 3-4 months, you get into serious discussion, because those are issues of the past. Okay, I didn't open a dam. Okay, fine. Let's go beyond that. What can we do so that we can deal with these situations later? So that process, Kerala lost out. That opportunity was lost totally. With the result, God forbid, 2019 has a floods like 2018. We wouldn't have learned any lessons from 2018. And that is a tragedy. What we must do is, when these issues come, at that point of time you're dealing with the issue. But after that, you have to learn lessons from it so that your preparedness, your disaster preparedness for the next event is strengthened. So that's something which we could not do. And what we need, let me also give a small promote to my publication, because you've given me an opportunity. Let me also give a promote, because many of you may not have heard of Manga Bay India. So what we can do is also keep track of environment news. That becomes, because then you talk about it, this is happening here, you talk about it. And that becomes, because as individuals, we generate what we call the public mind space. And it's this public mind space that evolves into policy mind space. So that's where reading something like this would help. And you can always subscribe to, you can see this with the email ID. You get these notifications, or you can even do it on your mobile, india.mongabay.com, and you can subscribe to us. Thank you.